This is Lucy and welcome to a Fallout 76 Building 101 episode. Not long after I started my channel, I did a video on how to build a tiny house. Hadn't intended to do that video. I was doing a Building 101 introduction where every week I made a house slightly more complex and bigger, and I was using it as my mobile base. And everybody wanted to know what it was and how to build it, and it's been one of my most popular videos. It was a house that actually I built first on Nora when she was level 9, so I've had it for quite some time. So, as much as I like that, I wanted to, after building Tiny Town, I wanted to build a tiny house that was equally movable, that you could build pretty much straight out of the vault, or embellish if you had atom store items, and that was as easy to move. So this is what I've done. I have 3 variants. I'll start with the basic one. Now, all of the original building sets did not have windows in the top. If you do absolutely want windows in the top and you don't have atom store, I'd suggest maybe using the barn wall. But that is a plan you have to find in the world. All of the pieces to build this house, you pretty much get straight out of the vault. We have a little area outside. We have a guitar. The reason there are no stairs here is it's difficult sometimes to place things down if you move them, if there are stairs. So I've tried to get the foundations fairly low, but you can always walk up a foundation. So this is the kitchen area. There are no atom store items in here. These are all things that you can find in the game through events, daily ops, that kind of thing. The ducks and the fruit bowl came from Meat Week. Paw prints. I think that's the scout badges you can get that from. The eggs did technically come from the atom store, but they were free and they were an Easter event, so they will probably be available Easter this year. If you don't know how to get this rug, you need to go to Grafton Station and there is a quest on the notice board. That's the red checked one. The Nuka Shine barrels again were atom store, but they were free. It was a mystery item. I would love to put wallpaper in this. I hate not having wallpaper. Some of the wallpapers were free in the atom store, but unfortunately I can't remember which ones. I think if I was going to wallpaper this, I would either use this or this one. I'm not going to do it on the wall with a shelf because it will actually remove all of your items on the wall if it hasn't previously had wallpaper on it. Upstairs we have a small bedroom and some storage. And this space under the porch roof, I have a generator on a mat, and that will power the entire house. Out the back we have a small workshop. These fences actually came from the Santa Scorched, which I believe the event is ending today. If you are new to the game, then I don't doubt if you look around player vendors, I certainly and quite a few of my friends sell all our plans for 10 caps. So over time, some of these things like the Santa Crash plan, I've had so many, and the Blue Icicle Lights, some of them become so common, and there are so many in circulation that you will probably find them quite cheaply in player vendors. So you have everything here apart from a power armor station, which I couldn't fit in. To be honest, I rarely wear power armor, so it almost, well, hardly ever needs repairing. So you've been playing the game for a while, and you may have bought some stuff in the atom store. Early on in the game, you can actually earn atoms through these challenges. I obviously haven't done all of them. So this is the contemporary set. I kind of thought this style was sort of modern and fun. I have put the kitchen in a slightly different place. We have a breakfast bar. The reason there are mats on these is if you double these, if you use the corners to create another row, there is actually a gap in the middle. I can put my Assaultron coffee pot down again. Yay! Rug courtesy of George. Hopefully the next Modern Miner event I'll get the plan. Upstairs, bedroom, storage. Obviously for this set, the contemporary set has windows in the half wall pieces. Ooh. This is my favourite. It's the world's smallest haunted house. Have my pet raven. I have actually tried merging this with something, but it actually looked more horrifying with the skulls peeping out. We have the spooky doorbell. I didn't even know until I built this that there was actually one of these stair frames in the haunted house set. We have a fully fitted kitchen, which was a giant pain. The Mothman cuckoo clock. I have tried to put a lot of stuff in here, but it is all usable. I even got a piano in here. Obviously there is a new set coming on the scoreboard this season. I'm not quite up there yet. Which is the can't even say it. Mistress of Mysteries set. So this was accidental. I put a picture up there and the picture disappeared under the wallpaper, so I decided to make a feature of it. I don't know whether it's... I mean, I put other pictures on these pieces, so I wondered if it was triangle pieces. I think it must just be this wallpaper. I put a candle behind my heart so it sort of glows at night. So yes, this is my favourite. This set actually has two different styles of half window. It has a round one and this arched one. The contemporary does as well. It has one window or three. So if you need more light, or if you want more light upstairs, you could always turn them into threes, but I like symmetry. So, now for the experiment on camera that will go horribly wrong. The reason that none of these buildings are touching is because when I move my camp, I am expecting to get 4 blueprints. The game will store the blueprints for the camps. Let's have a look. Right. So I'm going to replace my camp widget here. Do I really want to do this? Yes. Right. I'm going to move it out the way. So I'm going to be honest here. I moved my camp widget and it's now tomorrow because I had problems. I had serious problems placing things and I haven't really been able to resolve them, but I did learn a lot. Now, I have all the blueprints. This is not the house you saw earlier. This is another house that I've built, exactly the same. And the thing I have found is, even with this one, I took out anything I thought was a little bit dodgy. So a sleeping bag on a bed, because the furniture entry was blocked when I built it. And nothing will make this go down. Now, I know in the past, when I first started playing the game, I have moved camps. And this house, with the generator in the roof and the railing, it will go down. So there is something in here, but it is quite minimally furnished. Sorry, I had liberators. This is quite minimally furnished. There is nothing illegal in it. I do not know why it will not go down. However, and this is what I actually showed you to do in the original tiny house. I made a blueprint. This blueprint has the railing, it has the generator on top. The other thing I found, and it makes no sense whatsoever, is that I can log on and I can place this on this foundation, this blueprint, and it will snap at this point here. And other days I can log in and it won't. Now obviously it's trying to snap, it is staying red, but I have also found out that sometimes when it's red, press A anyway, because quite often it will still go down. Again, with the workshop, the furnished workshop will not go down, but an empty one will. So it's not technically a movable camp. It is, I mean, you may have better luck than me if you've got very minimal furniture. What I did with the tiny house, because the blueprint budget is quite small. If you are going to blueprint this, then you will not be able to add the furniture to the blueprint. But what you can do is create blueprints of the furniture separately. So one of the reasons I use rugs, it's easy to move stuff about. Just blueprint everything on the rug and you'll be able to save that as a separate blueprint. The workshop, I have no idea why. I can only assume it's to do with collisions. A long time ago in the game, 18 months, 2 years ago, Bethesda made collisions much more difficult. So you couldn't put things too close to things, you couldn't put things through things, and I think that may be affecting putting down the camp. I mean, I have in the past put much bigger furnished houses down using that method of the stored items. So anyway, I will show you how to build this. It's a cute little house, and I like the fact that it is a house. I mean, the original tiny house looked a bit like a trailer, really. But that's fine. I loved it anyway, and I still use it occasionally. So we're starting with 4 foundations. We are going to put windows on the back and a window on this front piece here. 2 plain walls on the side, a plain wall here, a plain wall here, and a doorway. Make sure the doorway is facing inwards. We're now going to put stairs in. I used these stair frames. Make sure you use the one with the ladder at the back. And we're going to place 2 upper floors. We are now going to put a triangular piece here for the porch roof and half walls all the way around. We're going to leave this open at the moment so that we can get the generator in a minute. Going to put, oh, haven't finished the walls. We need triangular pieces for the rest of the roofs, like that, and like that. That one should match this one, so that the roofs will just snap on. Come on. There we go. And a roof on here. Now, to get the generator in here, we need a doormat. I like to use this brown one. This generator, I wanted the smoky end sticking out the wall or close to the wall, so it will be going around that way. We need a sideways power connector, which we will connect to the generator. This means it will radiate power. Now, if you've seen any of my electrical videos, you will know when I did the conduits on plant pots that because we've connected this, we need to move it once before we try and put it upstairs. This will stop it from disconnecting. And just position it there. It's actually easier with these generators than the little blue ones, but if you're using one of the newer build sets and you can't get it in, place the roof in the flat position. You can't do that with the original roofs. Place it in the flat position, put this on top, and when you put it back into the upright position, the generator will appear underneath. Right, we need a triangular piece in here, and we need 2 half walls in there. To get the pillar on, now the pillar, if you blueprint this, the pillar will move to this position because that's the snapping position, or it will disappear. So you may have to redo the pillar. The easiest way I found to do it is this method. There is a method with a rug, but I actually found when I was trying that when building this, that even though I was putting it on the corner, it was still snapping to the snap point there. Pillars snap to the middle of floor pieces. So this pillar is snapping to the middle of this floor piece here, but when you take it away it will stay on the corner of this one. Put the workshop down. Don't have a lot of space now. The workshop is just too wide. has walls all the way around with the front being open. Now, to get these pieces on the front, you need to put the back pieces on and put the roofs on. We are going to put a temporary wall here, put the upper triangle on, move the wall over, put the other triangle on, and then remove the wall. The reason that won't go on is because I've run out of budget. If you do have any of these stored, remember that those pieces are what you need to build. So just press X and all your pieces will be available to rebuild your item. I've done that before in the past when I was first building. I'd kind of end up with, I'd move camps and I'd end up with 2 or 3 blueprints of the same camp because I wasn't storing all the objects in the original blueprint. I was just rebuilding it every time. So there is your little house. If you want to do something different, you can replace the walls with whatever you want. Log cabin. You could even make a glass one. The newer build sets that come with in the Atom store and with on the scoreboard quite often have windows in the top half pieces, so they are quite useful for that. I think I haven't done any of this on Custom Worlds. This has all been on my private server, so this is my camp. I think I will build one of these up. I do have a blueprint of the Halloween one. It's not very seasonal. I might make one from the contemporary set, and I probably will. I think I'm about level 70 on the scoreboard. I think I will make one from the Mistress of Mysteries set when we get that. I think that'll be fun, a way of showcasing that. So anyway, there is the tiny house with the tiny workshop. It's easy to build, and I think they're quite cute. So I've been a bit wheezy today. We've had a cold snap in the UK, which seems to have triggered my asthma. I'm really hoping I haven't got COVID. I have to get a test, but there's a test shortage. Right. So, anyway. Oh, by the way, I am vaccinated, so I should be fine. And I don't go out. I just stay here and play games and cuddle cats. Anyway, that's all from me today. Thank you for watching.